Palmyra's been here since 1789, which is about 229 years. The historical museum we're going to be going into was right behind this building. And that's where it was for, since 1826. And then in 1976, excuse me, it was moved over to its current position on Market Street.
The village of Palmyra was named after Palmyra in present-day Syria. The village was originally called Swift's Landing after founder John Swift in 1790 and was incorporated as Palmyra in 1827.
This is the Western Presbyterian Church. This building was built in 1832. It was dedicated in 1833. The Wayne County Abolition Society, or Anti-Slave Society, was founded in there in 1834. Up by the bell tower, there was a station for Underground Railroad. Yes, and many folks went through there. And a fellow by the name of Reverend Horsey was an abolitionist, and he brought the folks here. Maybe they came from Piney Sexton towns down that way. But the only people known who was on the Underground Railroad were the people when they left, where they left from, and when they went to. Nobody else could be trusted because you would get in a lot of trouble.
Palmyra claims to be the only city or village in the U.S. to have 4 churches at a 4-corner intersection facing each other. It is one of 10 places in the world that has 4 churches on 4 corners.
It's never the same. Show me yes position. Thank you. Show me no. Thank you. Does anybody have a yes or no question they'd like to ask? Oh, come on. We're a big crowd. There you go. That's always a good question. Yes. Elvin, are you here? Yes. Big yes. Thank you. Is anyone else with you? Yes. Big yes. Anyone from the Smith family with you? Nope, doesn't look like it. Do you see this large crowd that's gathered around here? Yes.
Do you
like this large crowd that's gathered around?
Yes. Anybody else? No.
To this red light, please. Then we can hear you say something. Oh, look, the light on.
Wonderful. Good job.
All right.
Thank you.
We're going to put this down here by him. Okay. This is General John Swift, not to be confused with Jonathan Swift, the writer of Gulliver's Travels. His wife Rhoda, they settled Palmyra in 1789, and the general and I have kind of a joke because whoever put the stone up here said 1790, which is not correct. So it's really 1789. And the general died in the Spanish-American War, or in the War of 1812, and he was also in the Revolution. He joined when he was 15. He's from Connecticut, and he fought Township 12, District 2 and 3, which is all of this area and what is today Palmyra, Mass. But it was all Palmyra, and he was quite a hero.
Palmyra Historic Museum, more than 200 years of American history, with 23 themed rooms of memories and memorabilia, haunted by 6 children who died in 1964.
Look at that picture. God, the eyes moved.
The picture?
I just looked and the eyes moved. Or I could be wrong.
I don't know, Brady.
Maybe not for you, but good for me.
When Brady walked into this room, he thought he saw the eyes of this picture move. Very interesting. When the lights were turned out, me and Brady stayed in the war room. However, very interesting, I was drawn to this room. And I felt something in this room. Not sure, but I was drawn to this very room. While in the room, we heard something like a cracking of the floor, like somebody stepping on it. But later heard an account from the person in the next room that something had moved in there. the William Phelps Store and Home. The museum where time stands still has served the needs of Palmyrians since 1826 as a boarding house, tavern, bakery, and general store. In 1968, the building was acquired by William S. Phelps, who immediately began to renovate for his family's home and business. William's son Julius took over the family business in 1900 and closed its doors in 1940, leaving a curious retail time capsule for you and your family to explore. Interesting was out this way, out back, there was a loud bang toward the end of our tour that made us jump. I turned around to see this flashlight on. Very interesting. And as me and Brady walked by, the flashlight turned off. Now, we are at Butcher Hill in this episode. We were here last year and we hiked in the daytime. Now, the reason for us coming here is there is a story that if you go there, you might hear children laughing and playing. And there's not any children up there. So, we decided we would come up here at night just to see if the story is true. Now, there is supposedly a story that children in the area died of tuberculosis. That could be a possibility there. Now, I have wondered why the name Butcher Hill was called for this particular hill. There is a story that years ago, pig farmers would butcher their pigs. And one account, it seems like that moonshine had got involved with everything. And for some reason, they could not get the pig out of the kettle. Kind of interesting. And that's why it's called Butcher Hill. Now, I have asked myself, and I'm sure you have too, is Butcher Hill haunted? And to answer you, honestly, I do not know. Me and Brady are not paranormal investigators. It's just the fact that the name itself is creepy. And going at night is even more creepier. Because it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's an empty field. And so, if a paranormal group was to go there, it's possible they could find something. Very possible. Two more interesting aspects to this place I want to add is that, from what I have heard, that Joseph Smith, the founder of the Latter-day Saints, lived in this area at one time. Earlier in the episode, we were in Palmyra, New York. And we were in the cemetery, and they were talking to the spirit of Alvin Smith, the brother of Joseph Smith. Very interesting. Also, at one time, the Seneca Indians had a spring in the area, and they used it for medicinal purposes. Now, if you want to come out here and hike, I would do it in the daytime. At night, I would bring a group of people because it is a little creepy, and Brady kind of got a little freaked out a little bit. I was a little jumpy at the time too. So, very interesting place. You should come. what is it about this place called Spook Hill? I have heard several times about this place that you go and drive, and at a certain point you drive over a hill, and at a certain point you stop and put your car in neutral and you roll backwards. So what did me and Brady do? We came here and tried it for ourselves. And it's weird. Now this phenomenon is known as a gravity hill, a place where a slight downhill slope appears to be an uphill slope due to the layout of the surrounding land, creating the optical illusion that water flows uphill or that a car left out of gear will roll uphill. Many of these sites have no specific name and are often called Gravity Hill or Magnetic Hill. There are several places in the world that have this: Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, Greece. It is said that this phenomenon is all over the world in several places. And as you can see, me and Brady tried it several places and it worked. And so soon we will show you how it looks from the front of the car. Now the creepy side to this is that it is said that this place is haunted by Native American spirits, and when you stop and put your car in neutral, they push your car up the hill.